What is up, 7-3 fans? Welcome back to the 7-3 Garage. My name is Brandon. As always, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you have not seen the last video that I did with Brian Gray from Gray's Diesel, did a pretty cool interview with him and spoke with him about his 1600 horsepower 7.3 liter Powerstroke. Go ahead and check that out and see what we got in that interview. Really cool stuff. I like to try and kind of mix some of that stuff in. I know it's been a while since we've been outside together, but today I want to go over something with everybody that I have been receiving a bunch of questions about. So maybe this will kind of help people, I guess, push them in the right direction if they're considering a different type of tuning option for their 7.3, be it Super Duty or OBS. So I want to jump right into that. Also as well, if this is your first time joining us, go ahead and hit that notification bell so you can see when I post new videos. I have a lot of content that should be coming out here in the next couple of months as the world starts to speed back up again. But actually we had a cold front come through South Florida last night. So it's actually if you can't tell, it's a super nice day out right now. Humidity's like in the 60s. So really nice out today. I want to give you kind of a little 360 here. Very nice light breeze. And it's been a while since everybody has seen the truck, but she is good, running like a top. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. She's had a couple details since everyone's been in quarantine and doing that, so I've had to wash it more times than I've wanted to keep myself from going crazy being bored, but I guess it's the safest practice as of right now. So I'll stop my jabbering and we will get right into what we are doing today. Alrighty, so I've been getting a bunch of questions lately on Instagram, and I've even had people email me, which is pretty cool, talking about different types of setups that they want to potentially be doing with their truck and what the best tuning option is. If you have not seen the video that I did with Brian from Jelly Boat Performance, we basically went over the best type of tuning platform, if you will, the best type of chip. And we spoke about the PHP, which is Power Hungry Performance, their Hydra chip. And what the Hydra chip is, for people who do not know, is the Hydra style, or the Hydra chip is a TS style chip. That term is thrown around and some people don't really understand that. But again, we explained it in that interview I did with him, but I'll go ahead and do that again. But a TS style chip is basically a programming or a tuning chip that piggybacks onto the computer of a 7.3 liter Powerstroke. So essentially there's a little data port connection. If your truck is I call it a virgin, if it's never had a chip on it, you basically remove the inspection port, you pull one of the only panel on the computer off, you clean off the terminals, you attach the chip, and you either have a knob or kind of something similar to what I have. I got to get myself a Jelly Boat Performance one of these. This is an old Swamps one, but basically you have the ability to adjust the tunes on the fly, very similar to a knob. When you have the knob, you don't get to see what tune you're in, but there usually is a program sheet that is included with the tunes when you order it from whoever tuning company or agency that you get it from. And basically you're able to change the tunes on the fly. This is nice because it gives you a nice little, green. I think there's different colors. You can get green, blue, red, whatever. The sky's the limit, I guess, with that. But basically what it does is it gives you the ability to see what tune you're in, and you get to adjust the tunes on the fly. But the cool part about a PHP Hydra chip is that you can basically tune the truck yourself. For example, if I wanted tunes from Jelly Boat Performance, I wanted tunes from SDK, I wanted tunes from 1023 Diesel, I wanted tunes from Gearhead Tire, and so on and so forth, you're able to have the tune files emailed to your personal computer, and you can jump right in and change the tunes. If you need an adjustment made, we're going to do that, but you can do that if that's an option that you're looking to do. So I'm going to show everybody the ease of being able to do this. So I have the computer already in the truck, and basically you pull up the file, this is the Hydra platform here. I don't know how well everybody could see that, but this is the Hydra platform. So we're going to go over a couple things there, and let me grab my cable that I keep in my truck at all times, just in case. So, whoops, I can throw it on the ground first before I use it. So let me jump in here real quick and show everybody. So here's your tuning cable, or your upload download cable. It's just a standard USB connection right here. So again, the beauty of the Hydra chips is, oh, I guess I lost a screw there. You have this data plug, which plugs right into the computer so that you can change the tunes on the fly. Or you can, let's just say, not tune the, you know what I'm saying, not change the tunes on the fly, but you have the ability to program your own tunes into the truck. So you take this port here, or the plug, we're gonna plug that right in there. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Should be pretty, there we go. All right, so we have that plugged in, and we'll get it plugged into the truck here. Just a second. Okay, so your USB goes right into the computer, and the computer should, actually, you know what, I might need my keys. No, I don't need my keys. Okay, cool. So just to show everybody, so once you have it plugged in, the Hydra chip, let me see if I can close this so everybody can see, will actually show you what tune you're in while it's plugged in, because the computer's starting to read it. But on the computer here, see if I can get less glare, here is all your programmed files. So again, these are the programs that are already on the computer. So you can see the first position, I have a no start. Second position is a 1200 RPM high idle, so on and so forth. Daily driver, street singer, extreme street. I have a couple other variations here. And this morning I even added a couple of the box Hydra tunes so everyone can see how to do that. So I'll add and take out some of those so I can show everybody how easy it is. And after we're done, I'm gonna take everyone for a quick ride and show you the difference or the benefits of having a custom tune from any 7.3 liter tuner, as opposed to just a box tune. The box tunes are great, but if you have custom tunes, by custom I mean someone who adjusts the fuel timing and the mapping and when the power comes on and when the truck shifts and how firm you want it to shift, when the torque converter locks up, that to me identifies it as a custom tune, whereas a box tune is basically a standard shift point across the board. If I installed these tunes on 10 trucks, all 10 of them are going to shift the same way, depending on the modifications. Hydra gives you a couple of different options here as far as different types of street tunes and daily tunes, but I'll show you all that stuff in just a second. So, a couple options here. Hope, again, everyone can see that. So you have the ability to change a file. You can pull from files on the computer. This would be if you have a tune that you got sent from some tuner or you needed a revision. It basically pulls it up, you get an email, you save it. If you're decently tech savvy, you can figure this out. It's actually pretty straightforward. You go to that file and you basically hit open and it loads the file onto the chip, and then you can program it. So if you want to change a tune, so let's say, so Hydra has 15 spots, so we're going to go to number 12 here, where we're sitting right now, and you hit change. Okay, this is going to bring up a list of tunes that are preloaded onto the Hydra software that's on the computer. So over here on the left you have a hex code. All right, the hex code basically has to translate into what computer series or family you are. So what I mean by that, I'll show you in just a second. You can see there's a huge list of tunes here. These are not all for the same truck, okay? For people who don't know, the computers are different in all of the trucks, be it if it's a 250, a 350, a 450, an automatic, a manual, a Super Duty, an OBS, the computer family series are going to be different. So that's something you have to find out before you purchase custom tunes. So one of the cool things that Hydra offers is if you come up here to tools, sorry, I have to make sure I can see here. You go to box hex conversion. Let me see if I can turn my brightness up here a little bit to help everybody. Okay, it's all the way up. It's a sunny day out. Sorry. So you go up to box code here. My truck is a TDE1 series. Whoop, if I could spell. So it's TDE1. So here it is. Came right up. All right. So this tells you this is the suggested calibration for your vehicle. I just remember VCAB 02. Okay, everyone can see that, and it translates, and it says even down here calibration notes. F2 or F series 250, 350 automatic trans 50 state single shot injector. Okay, that basically tells you what tunes you're going to have to look for. So again, VCAB 02, you hit close. Okay, great. I know what tunes I'm going to look for. You come back over here to the change. All right, the calibration filter search, what we just looked up, VCABO, and it should come right up. My computer is latest and greatest in technology here. Let's give it a second. How about just VC? Okay, there we go. So we have them up here. So all of these tunes will work on my truck. If you do the other ones, I don't think it's going to cause catastrophic damage. The truck may not start, or it may run terribly because it's not the exact calibration. So you want to go with what's recommended by Hydra or PHP. So here you go. You have 1,000 RPM idle, 1,100 RPM high idle with modified valve body. So if you have a modified valve body, built transmission, that would be something that you can consider. They have a couple cool factory, or I should say preloaded box tunes here. 35-mile-an-hour valet if you don't want some clown at the valet to be hot rodding your truck while you're having dinner with whoever. You can load that tune on. I have not tried that yet. That's something I would like to try. Factory stock, theft mode, all these I try to say things and tunes in the same sentence, but all of these tunes can be created or done by a custom tuner. Whisper mode is kind of cool if you're going through drive-through. I know the view here is kind of bad with the GoPro, I apologize. But just basic things: towing, daily driver, fuel sipper, performance, towing, etc., etc. And they have the horsepower values as it comes up, and you have more fuel timing in each of the tunes. And that's about it, I guess, as far as that goes. So let me show you guys basically how to do it again. So you come over here to change. So let's say we want to do 35-mile-an-hour valet mode with modified valve body. You hit select, it loads the tune. Okay, it is not programmed. It says even here unprogrammed, so you have to actually program it. So you come up here to program. Yep, come up here to program. You hit program and let the computer do its thing. What it's going to do is download that tune onto that chip position. Now you're programmed. So it comes over here, it says programmed, you're good to go. Another cool feature you can do here is print cal list. That's your calibration list. You can click that, hook it up to your printer, and it'll spit out a nice list. I actually have mine under the seat here that I printed out not too long ago. So that way when you're riding around, you know what tune you're in. And it shows you the local file and which tunes are, or which spots are left blank. So if I were to reprint this again, number 12 would obviously have the tune of the 35-mile-an-hour valet that we just loaded. So that's kind of a cool feature with Hydra. Okay, so when you're done, unplug it. I have to go unplug this now. I try to keep this with me. By this I mean the data port cable, just to make sure if I have an issue I don't take my computer with me everywhere, but just so I don't lose it. All right, grab your keys and we're gonna make this happen here. Grab this. I'm gonna show you guys the difference in you can hear the tune changes. I know I did my video last year installing a Hydra chip on Frankie's dually, but I just wanted to kind of give everyone a little more of an in-depth video. So throw your key, fire it up, make sure it works. Let me close the door here to show everybody again. So here's where you change your tunes. Sorry, I try to get the position here. All right, I've had these tunes from Brian for quite some time, so I kind of memorized the list. This is my, I think my Extreme Street tune, number 6. But if you go down to 2 is the high idle. The truck will high idle, which is pretty cool. I think this is 1200 RPM, something like that. So, whoops, this is plugged in. So we'll go over to where we are, position number 12. This should be, this should be the 35-mile-an-hour valet. I don't know how audible it is for everybody at home watching, but you can hear the difference in the fuel timing from Hydra and Brian. So let me come back to this is Hydra. You can hear the truck runs, and I'm going to switch it back to one of Brian's tunes. You hear the injector timing change. So the injector timing is basically what it sounds like. It's when the fuel is injected into the cylinder. All right, get these windows down. I'm gonna take everyone around the block so you guys can kind of see how the truck shifts with Brian's tunes, or I should just say custom tunes in general, as opposed to just the box tune. We're gonna get on the road here, like we were just talking about, to give everybody a quick little test drive and show everyone the difference in the benefits of having custom tuning as opposed to just a regular box tune. And I think I kind of touched on it a little bit earlier before, but the box tuning is very safe. They don't do it to, there's no extreme shift points and extreme shifting strategies or fuel mapping. They don't want to do things that are going to break people's trucks, because at the end of the day, they're a larger company as opposed to some of these, guys that are smaller tuning companies, and they're able to handle a little more liability as a bigger company. So, or maybe it's the other way around, but they try not to have too aggressive of things. They don't want to sell a product to millions of customers, or hundreds of thousands of customers, I should say, and that's going to break their truck. So it's really worth, if you're going to get some custom tunes, really worth spending the extra money. So before we get on the road here real quick, I just wanted to explain to everybody the difference, or I should not say the difference, but the way that the E4OD and 4R100 shift. So it's a 3-speed with an overdrive transmission. Basically, that means you have 3 gears and then an extra gear for highway, you know, cruising. So the way that these transmission shift is a 1-2, 2-3, torque converter lockup, overdrive. Okay, and overdrive you can take on and off on your gear selector here if you have an automatic truck. So that's for your E4OD 4R100. All right, I'm gonna switch to the PHP tuning, the Hydra tuning. This is just a box Hydra tune, so you guys can see the shift strategy difference. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been in a Hydra tune, and the way that it goes into gear and the way that it shifts and the tuning strategy, I don't really like that. That was very strange. It almost feels like the truck is untuned or broken almost. The power's great, the fuel mapping isn't terrible, but it's very different. Brian's tuning is very step by step, at least, as you know, I don't write tunes, but just the way that it feels, the tuning is very conservative down low. I haven't changed any of the tunes, so these are pretty safe tunes. They have a very low pulse width. Pulse width basically is, for those of you that don't know, it's basically how much fuel is delivered over a certain RPM range of the injector nozzle. So the fuel mapping is different. It feels like it's almost all there, but the shifting is just very sloppy and lazy, and that's not Hydra's fault or PHP's fault. Again, that's just the way that they have the things shift. I like affirmative shifts or strong shifts where you can feel it grab each gear, feel it go into overdrive, and lock the converter up. And as everybody knows, 7.3s, if you've been in one that's got injector work or some basic stuff, they love when the torque converter locks up. That's when they really start to pull hard. And this tuning is decent for the average person, but for the way my transmission is set up and the engine I have, or the engine setup I have, I like aggressive tuning. Sorry for the delay there, guys. I had to swing over by the old local farm. They have some nice fresh produce for 10 bucks. You get that whole box right here with all kinds of awesome stuff. So I'm getting my vegetables from there for quite some time. But anyhow, I did have a long stretch of road, so I wasn't able to get anyone a real tried and true, I guess, demonstration of how the shifting is with custom tunes. But traffic should be clearing up here in just a second, and we'll get on the road here. All right. Get out in front here. Sorry, Jeep. Yeah, the custom tuning, I'm telling you, is where it's at, man. The way they have the, oh yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, the custom tunes, again, not to keep saying it, but they really just, they have the firmness. They're awesome. I mean, there's no way to describe it. If you ride in a truck that has non-custom tunes as opposed to a truck that does, or if you have the ability to compare, you know, if you have Hydra tunes and then you load up a custom tune on your truck, it's literally a night and day difference. So if anyone's considering it, highly recommend it. I'll give you guys another quick little demonstration up here as I make my right turn, so you can see again. Hopefully everyone can hear it at home on the computer. Let's see here. Roads aren't too busy either down here in South Florida. I think a lot of people are abiding by the stay-at-home stuff. All right. Yeah, that's more like it. You just feel everything. You feel the 1-2, the 2-3, the converter lockup, and the overdrive shift, which is exactly how I want it. So if you guys are considering it, I always recommend Jelly Boat Performance. Brian, get you guys dialed in and set up with a new Hydra chip. He always has plenty. So if you guys are interested or considering it, have any more questions or anything more in depth, feel free to ask me or ask Brian. He can get you guys set up. We are back at the house. Hope everybody enjoyed the ride. Just kind of wanted to give everyone an option to see, or the opportunity, I should say, to see what the Hydra is capable of, what custom tunings or tuning is worth, and why it's worth spending the extra money for the custom tune. The box tunes are just fine. You can buy a Hydra chip and not run custom tunes. They're great if that makes you happy. That makes you happy. But the platform opens you up to a wide variety of different tuners and different tuning styles and things like that. So if you want to give that a shot and you're kind of on the edge, I would highly recommend it. I know I've recommended their products in a bunch of my other videos, but again, I always recommend it. I always recommend Jelly Boat Performance for all your tuning and Powerstroke needs. So if you need something from Brian, go ahead and shout him, or I'll shout him out, but you guys go ahead and follow him. I always put his website down in the description below so you can check that out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Make sure you share this video with people, your friends who are 7.3 people, even people who aren't 7.3 people, just diesel people or want to see cool trucks. Go ahead and show them what we got going on here over at the 7.3 Garage. Another thing, again, appreciate the support for all these sticker sales. If anybody is interested, I still have plenty of 7.3 Garage stickers. I'll make sure I put that how to buy them in the description below, and I will also link the video so people can see I guess the design and all that stuff to see how to get your hands on some. But very happy with how the design came out. So if you want to rep the channel and support, go ahead and get yourself one of the 7.3 Garage stickers. I think that's all I got for this one, guys. If you have any questions, email me. I have gotten emails from people. You can direct message me on Instagram. I also put my Instagram handle down in the description below as well if you have any questions or recommendations for videos, which I have gotten. So thank you for those of you who have reached out to me. I really appreciate it. Trying to get some more content ideas, and some of the ideas I'm going to go with, and I really like them. So we have a couple more trucks we're going to try to get on the channel here, and a few events that I'm going to announce that I'm going to try to be at this year, pending the world status as it is right now. So that's enough for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, my name's Brandon. This is the 7.3 Garage. We will see you next time.